Hey guys, welcome back on my YouTube channel. In today's video, we're gonna review every single Dark and Light legendary and epic hero, because that's what it is. We are not going to review the elites, because they are not worth building at this stage. There's only WOODLANDS that I would consider building, but overall, I just want to review the epics and legendaries with you today. So when I say we're gonna review, I'm gonna tell you honestly what do I feel towards a specific Dark and Light. Me personally, I'm just missing 3 Dark and Lights, but I still know what they are worth or not in this game. So yeah, without waiting anymore, let's just jump into it. So first of all, we have Orion. Orion is a beast. He's amazing. I'm pretty much using him everywhere, to be quite honest. For me, he will be always SS, God tier, whatever. He's just amazing. He's such a blessing when it comes to PvP arena. He's also amazing for the Void Tower, and just generally speaking, you put him in every single nuke team if you have him, because he's just amazing. My Orion, honestly, I just use him everywhere. Whenever I test new content or whenever there's new events that come out, I just take him and test it with him, because it's just the easier way to go. So Orion, definitely, if you have Orion, now if you are early mid game, I would not consider building Orion. There's better than him. He only becomes really good end game. You really need a good gear on him to make any like damage per se. But the thing is, even early mid game, he only has one AoE spell. That's why you play him in nuke teams, when you basically play once with every hero and everyone dies. So he's not good for farming or for, like, beginning content, because he's just gonna use his ultimate and then he gonna be kind of trash for you. However, end game, once you start going into the arena and the Void Tower, definitely build him. He's a must have. He's just amazing. Then we have Craze Urzak. Craze Urzak also is a god tier unit, especially in the PvP. Like I think Craze Urzak basically makes your PvP arena experience so much easier. It's just so easy. Very easy. And honestly, I just love him. I would love to have him, especially on a Rebel set. You just basically stun everyone all the time. But now with the new hell stages, I also heard about a team comp for Queen, which would be under 2 minutes with Craze Urzak, because he puts no heal on the Queen, and he does also insane damage with his AoE, right? So Craze Urzak, if you have him, and if you want to play into the arena, because let's be honest, he's mostly right now for the arena, you can use him in the Void Tower, and like I said, you can maybe find some team compositions for some raids. But mainly, if you build him, the first thing you're gonna go and do with him is fight win the arena. And believe me, he's one of the best heroes right now for the arena. Dark Orak, same. However, Dark Orak to be insanely good and for the arena only as well. In order for him to be amazing for the arena, you need a Rebel set. Without a Rebel set, you won't be basically doing what he's supposed to do. Basically, for him to become God tier is basically his ascension. He does damage at the beginning of every turn, and this ascension also triggers Rebel set. So you have 20% to 20% chance to stun before the fight even starts. So that's why he's so good. Without the Rebel set, I would really argue and say that he's not that good at all. But with the Rebel set, it just makes the difference. However, both Orcs, Urzaks, Trolls, whatever, are mainly for PvP. You can use them in the Void Tower or other specific places, but PvP will be always the main, basically, area where they shine. Then we go into humans, I would say, I don't know. So Dark Nick is very controversial. I mean, I'm quite unsure. Me personally, for myself, I have a Dark Nick Second Ascension A2, and I never use him. Honestly, I never used him. The only way I would use him is sometimes I throw him in some PvP defense teams just to test it out, see if it works. But other than that, I never used my Dark Nick, guys. So if you have one, I would say it's up to you. Some people say he's amazing. I agree that he has a lot of potential in PvP only, not PvE for sure. But even in PvP, with the potential he has, I just never go for him. I just always find a better option than Dark Nick right now. So honestly, if you want to build him, go ahead. Again, it will be mainly for PvP. But then again, if you build him, maybe try to see if you don't have anything else that might be better. Because honestly, I don't know, I just feel that he's missing something still. But don't take me wrong, he does insane damage on Avarice, especially when he triggers his Ascension and his passive. But I just think he's very easy to counter right now. Then we have Light Nicholas. I think it's the worst light hero right now in the game. If you have one, don't build it. Honestly, do not touch a Light Nick right now. He needs a buff. He needs a huge buff. He already had a buff, but honestly, it didn't do anything for him. He's completely useless right now. His damage is almost inexistent. His buff is really nice. I have to say, his buff is really nice, but it's just not enough. It's really, you literally waste one spot every time I played him. I just felt like I wasted one spot. There's just way much better, and he's not worth. And the title of a light hero, I don't know. It's just sad that he's so bad while being a light hero at the same time. Then we go into Evelyn. Evelyn is a very good hero. She's used in a lot of speed comps, very specific comps. She can also be used in the arena. She can also be used in the Void Tower. Like, unless you really, really need her, she's not to be built. Like, for example, if you don't have a Gangelo, so you can farm Gemini Dragon speed team with Evelyn, it's not worth to build her. And same like when it comes to PvP, don't build her just for the PvP. You really need a very specific team for her to work. So she's okay-ish, but you really need to understand where you can use her. So before you level up her and you stop using her, ask yourself if you really need her and if you have all the other components. Like I said, raids, generally speaking, you need Gangelo in order for Evelyn to work. The guild boss, you need your first DPS or Antuina, stuff like that. Thomas, whatever guild boss color it is. But mainly where I use Evelyn is guild boss, Gemini Dragon, and very, very few times in PvP. So overall, I don't think if you're a new mid player, it's worth to build her. And even if you're an endgame player, besides the guild boss, if you don't have Gemini, Gangelo, it's, I don't know. I will leave it up to you, but I don't think she's really worth the resources right now. I mean, yes, for me, of course she is. She's amazing for me. Like I said, I can farm Gemini in 30 seconds thanks to her. But for you, or a Lambda player who doesn't have all those heroes, she might be completely useless. So that's how I see Evelyn right now. And Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary is also an amazing hero. She can be used in so many comps for Queen, Tulpa, even Ashe. I also saw people using her in PvP. So Bloody Mary is a really, really good overall. She really can find a place a little bit everywhere. I didn't see any comps with her for stage 2, Hell stage 2, but for sure you can use her if you are still mid game for any stage 12. My fastest comp for Queen at the stage before Hell stages came out was with Bloody Mary. So believe me, overall it's a very, very good comp. Good hero. So if you have her, again, it's very specific places like Queen, Ashe, Guild Boss, you won't use her. Void Tower, few stages, PvP, depends of your composition. So again, very specific hero. So make sure when you build her, you actually have also the other components like Evelyn. She's more, because of her joint attacks. The joint attacks are based on her teammates and everything. Make sure you have the other compositions, the other heroes before you build her. But very good hero overall. Abaddon right now, don't build him. He's not worth it. I did a video about Abaddon. He's literally just not worth. His nerf destroyed the hero and he needs a buff again. But right now, if you have an Abaddon, I have an Abaddon A2 and you're gonna never use him. He doesn't do enough of damage and he just got nerfed, perma-nerfed to be a vault holder and nothing else. So don't build the Abaddon. It's really not worth at this stage. And if no, I think there's Lightbrand. Lightbrand is a beast. To be quite honest, for the last months, the only people who were able to progress in Mythic Tower is those who had a Lightbrand. Lightbrand is also in a very specific compositions for Gemini. He can also be used for Queen. He's also very good in PvP. So overall, Light Brand or Brand the Brilliant, I think, right? Or Light Brand. Yeah, Brand the Brilliant. Overall, an amazing hero. If you have him, I would really, really advise you to build him. I'm sure you're gonna find a lot of spaces where you can use him. He's very good in PvP. He's very good in PvE. So overall, like Brand the Brilliant, very, very good hero. Here we have Imogen. So Imogen, how do you say it? I was kind of happy at the beginning with her, but then very fast I understood that Imogen without a rebel set, I don't think she's that good. She does damage, she's quite okay, but I think her main potential is the fact that she will attack so many times all the heroes, so you really need that rebel set on focus and damage as well to make her shine. Now, don't take me wrong, I used her for a very long time in the arena as a pure damage dealer on an average set. It also works, but her true potential in PvP is with a rebel set. Now, you can also use her a little bit in PvE as your farmer for glyphs, skill ups, void tower trials, but you will not use her in any raids for sure. So, Imogen overall, I would build her. I still use her. I still have really a lot of times where I actually just take her and throw her into the team, especially for the trials. So overall, she's very, very good. And in PvP, she's also very good. But for her to shine, I really think you need a rebel set on her. Light Zachary, after the buff, he just became a god unit as well in PvP, obviously. You will not never use the Light Zachary in PvE at this stage. However, in PvP, he's a very good unit. I think every single arena defense right now has Light Zachary. So if you have him, your end game, and you are thinking into building a defense team, build Light Zach. If not, you should never touch him at this stage. And then I am missing one more. Where is she? There you go, Light. Okay. So Light Melissa, she's an amazing two of them. Light Melissa, she's an amazing hero when it comes to the Void Tower. For the last few months, she just showed her true potential. She's also an amazing hero for arena offense and defense. So if you have her, if you are end game, because let's be honest, she will only help you end game, like I said, arena, PvP, offense, defense, and Void Tower hard or maybe mythic. I will need to test, but she's amazing hero for an end game player, and she will help you with every single content when it comes to the end game. So if you're beginning, don't build her. She might help you for bounties at the beginning, but end game, she's mostly for PvP and only in few stages for the Void Tower hard. And then we have T-Kane, Celestial Kane. Honestly, he's very specific. Like there's maybe one team I think for Ashe that you can use him. PvP I also saw him few times, but honestly, my T-Kane, I never touch him. I never touch him, and I don't see why I would ever use him, to be honest. You can use him in some PvP offenses, defenses, but again, there is kind of better. I don't know. I just feel like he's not that good and he's lacking a little bit of everything. I know a lot of people love him and use him a lot in the arena. Like I said, you can also use him in some teams for Ashe, and that's it. You only use him for Ashe. So overall, he can find a little spot here and there, but I mean, it's not enough. Like, honestly, I would not recommend to build him at this stage unless you're very end game and that's the only hero that will allow you to farm Ashe 14. But other than that, especially for the arena, I would not recommend to build him. They're just way better than him at this stage. So yeah, guys, I think I went through all of them. Like I said, the rare elites, I will not go through them. The only one I would consider to build right now is WOODLANDS, only if you want to farm Queen 12. Everything else is not worth it. Bloody Mary we did. Here we did everything. Orion we did. So yeah, guys, that's the review of every single legendary, epic, light, and dark. Let me know in the comments what do you think. Do you agree or disagree? Let me also know who's your preferred light and dark. Like I said, some of them might be useless, but some people love them. Me, for example, I just love how Abaddon looks. Honestly, I just his ultimate, his how he looks, everything, I just love it. But it doesn't mean that I still know he's useless, right? So let me know which hero you prefer the most. And yeah, make sure to follow, join my Discord, join my Twitch. All the links are in the description, and I will see you in the. I will see you in the next video, my friend.